gentlemen, welcome to the Tea and Crystals podcast. I am T.
And I'm Crystal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a mini-sode. We have some things going on this week, but we wanted to make sure that we got an episode out to you all chock full of juicy stories for you. We're not going to waste any time. Crystal, you have something for us.
Yes, I have the first story, and I'm really excited to share. This is super dramatic too,
Hell.
especially so they did include like an edit to this with an explanation of sorts. And I feel like once I read the explanation, whatever you were thinking might change. I don't remember exactly because it's been a while since I read the story, but I feel like it would. So just keep that in
Okay.
mind.
I will keep
Okay.
that in mind.
So this one says, am I the asshole for calling out my sister for her selfish behavior? My 30 female sister, Anna, 28 female, and I have never been close. When our parents divorced when I was 16, I decided to live with my mom full time and completely cut off my dad because he wasn't the man I thought he was. So when my mom remarried a year later, I considered her new husband my dad and his daughter my sister. They were my family and they were the ones who I knew I could truly count on if something happened. Anna tried talking to me and having a relationship, but since she chose our dad over our mom in the divorce, I cut her off because I couldn't trust her. I didn't invite them to my graduation and blocked them on everything. I didn't consider them family after everything that happened, and we didn't talk until my 23rd birthday. I told her that I want an apology from her for how she handled things, and if she wants any type of a relationship with me, she will cut off the man that destroyed our family. She apologized, but said that she couldn't cut off that man because he raised her and was there for some of the biggest moments in her life. I felt hurt and went back to cutting her off because I couldn't believe that she was still defending him after what he did. I knew then I couldn't trust her judgment anymore. Very recently, Anna has been coming around more, and this was strange because she went so long staying away that it felt wrong having her around every day. I've been married for 3 years, and my husband has never met her. I still won't let him meet her because I don't trust her. I just feel like she would try something, and if they were ever alone together, to get back at me. So wherever I go, my husband goes because I refuse to leave them alone together. During dinner yesterday, Anna came over with a guy. His name was Josh, and he was 2 years older than her. She went on to explain how they met as work colleagues and became friends. Josh was seeing someone at the time, but the relationship ended after 6 months of Anna working there. Another year passed before Anna and Josh officially decided to become a couple. Hearing how they met and got together disgusted me because Anna basically stole her from that. I'm sorry. Anna basically stole Josh from that girl. She broke up a relationship and she doesn't even care. It was gross, so I called her out on it. I told her that she was a selfish, nasty individual because of what she did. I said that she could have anyone that she wanted, but she had to go for a man in a relationship and that she was basically the reason why the relationship didn't work out. I continued by saying that Josh and his ex would probably be together if she didn't try to steal him away from the poor girl. Anna began fake crying and tried to lie about how they didn't even date for a year after he and his ex ended things. Josh came to her defense and said that I was out of line for attacking her the way I am. He continued by saying that I had no right to judge her or their relationship because this has nothing to do with me. He grabbed their things and left with Anna still crying. The whole thing ruined dinner. Today, I got a call from our dad completely going off on me, telling me that I was wrong for attacking Anna the way I did. He said that I was judging her based on what I thought happened, that I painted Anna as a homewrecker when this wasn't what she was. I told him that he was only defending her because she's his favorite and he would choose her over me any day before hanging up. After the call, I blocked them all again, and now his side is coming at me telling me I was wrong for attacking Anna. I don't think so, but am I the asshole?
Absolutely. Girl, you are out your fucking mind. Like, are you kidding me? This this don't even make no sense. This don't even make no sense. First of all, what the hell did your daddy do? Because you hate that man. Okay. Uh, And the hate that you have for that man is some way, somehow seeping onto your sister. I don't know what your sister has or you're jealous of, but there's something that she got that you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is, you know, a looks thing, like you think that she's prettier than you.
Mm.
and you just always hated on her from that because maybe the life that she lived with y'all dad was better in your eyes or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where this hate is coming from, but you're a hater. You're a
Mm.
hater. The fact that you don't know her like that, but you just label her as like promiscuous and
Mm.
conniving and a man stealer out of like just the clear blue sky. You have nothing to back this up. And about this whole work situation with this man, it ain't her fault that she finding a motherfucker. Okay, that man saw her and knew immediately I got to leave my bitch. God damn it. Just moved in and we just got the furniture right and I got to leave this hoe for this lady. Damn. He knew from day one. Okay. She can't help that. She's charismatic. She got that. She dragging a wagon through the office every day. You think that man won't go look at that? Hello? And they waited, she waited a year following his breakup to even get a man the time of day.
Mm.
Come on. You worried about the wrong thing because if your man gonna go out there and find him another lady, he gonna do that regardless. Okay, you
Mm.
ain't got to worry about leaving him alone with your sister. Okay, and honestly, you know what? I ain't gonna say all that. I ain't gonna say all that. But honestly, if you act like this in real life, God bless that man. God bless that man. And your father is right, girl. You sound jealous. You sound spoiled. You sound entitled. I just don't understand how. I mean, I get it. Maybe you saw that maybe your daddy did something that hurt your mama, and by proxy hurt you. But seeing this that you were she was a young lady when it went down, right? When her parents split.
Yes, I think she was 16, so her sister must have been
16.
14.
Okay, so you was old enough to see, you was old enough to know what was going on. I'm assuming your daddy cheated. That's what I'm assuming because I feel like this labeling your sister as promiscuous and all this other stuff and worrying about your man getting stolen and blaming her for ruining a relationship that she did not ruin stems from somewhere. And I think the thing that you left out this story original poster is the fact that your daddy cheated on your mama and you couldn't handle the division of your family. Okay. And I just want you to really, I just want you to sit still for a little while, close your eyes, and really get to the root of that thing that's down in you that's got you acting out like this because this is nuts.
Um, so I did say at the beginning that there's an edit that I thought would change your mind, but I lied. I mean, there is an edit, but I don't think it's going to change your mind. In fact, I think it's going to make it worse. Like I said, I hadn't remembered the story, so I forgot how exactly she was in the story.
Mhm.
Um, so the edit is because obviously a lot of people were wondering, well, what did your daddy do? Obviously, he must have cheated on your mom or something like that. She says, my mom and dad decided to get a divorce, and during the process, my mom started dating her now husband. When they got married, my mom gave Anna's room to my stepsister and wanted them to share. Anna didn't want to share, so she decided to live with my dad. I cut them both off because I felt like my dad just gave in to Anna's demands instead of making her suck it up and deal with sharing a room with our stepsister. Neither of my parents cheated. They both fell out of love and decided to divorce. No abuse or anything horrible like that. They just stopped loving each other.
you got you, what? Oh, I can't
I think
scream
you're right
the
on the
way that I
nose.
want to.
I think
It
she is deeply jealous of her sister.
I
I don't know if it's a
mean,
looks things or something,
and it's her little
but
sister.
her little sister, I think I don't know if how they treated Anda, if she was like the golden child in her eyes or
Mhm.
whatever, but I think whatever it is, it's deep seated jealousy that she doesn't want to
Oh.
admit to. So she's trying to paint Anna as a villain in any way possible, shape, or form,
Mhm.
but she really can't. She's just
No.
grasping at things at this point.
Grasping
And
at
on
straws.
top of that, she doesn't mention her, and I feel like she would have, considering how much she dislikes her dad, but she hasn't mentioned her father having remarried or been in any sort of serious relationship or anything like that. So the fact that her mom, who she chose, got married, like found a guy while the divorce proceedings were happening, and then got married a year after everything. Like, if anything, her mom is probably more likely to have had an affair if there was cheating,
Huh.
considering, like, who knows if she really did meet this guy during the divorce. Maybe, she's the one who was having the affair,
And that's how they fell out of
and that's
love.
how and that's how they decide. And the dad's been protecting the mom, so that's how they decided to tell them that, oh, she just met him while we were already separated. You don't know. But yeah, I think this girl is just, or woman, this woman is very deeply jealous of her sister, and I think she did her sister and her father a favor by cutting them off.
And there it is. And there it is. I feel like they are better off without you, girl.
Yeah,
Because you
exactly.
talking about people, you are creating all this drama out of thin
Out
air.
of
Like
thin air. So you are the asshole,
I mean
100%.
the when I say, oh, I almost say gaping. Ew, that's nasty.
I gotta edit that
Gaping.
word. Damn it! Shut up.
Sorry. Oh, I
Gross.
said it twice too. So sorry, gaping. Um, my story comes. So I'm sorry, Crystal. I had to do it. Crystal Face is like, I'm a fucking kill you. All right, my story comes to us from r/am I the asshole, and it's entitled "Am I the asshole for not serving my brother-in-law before the children, causing a huge family fight?"
Gosh,
Ooh.
I already know.
Girl,
I
massage
hate people.
noir.
I hate people like this.
Massage noir. Get ready. So she says there's a little context needed here, so I'm going to start with that. I, 31 female, am the oldest of seven with ages ranging from 18 to 31. Six of us have partners slash married. Four of us have a combined 13 children aging from 2 months to 12 years. Our father is still alive, but our mom passed away a year ago. We are a pretty traditional family in which women stay home and tend the home and men go out to work. Crystal, you didn't roll your eyes, but you did it in your head and I felt it, girl.
Look, because at the end of the day, like, if you choose to have it, like, it's your choice. Like, if you want to have this
Right.
lifestyle, perfectly okay. It's
Yeah.
just me personally, I'm just like,
Ooh. Girl, put your seatbelt on. We have a ride
but
to
I
go.
get it. It's fine.
While we have a family ranch where most of us live on the property, we all pitch in. We also have a weekly family dinner at Dad's house. I don't have to say, because I know someone will bring it up, no, we're not Mormon. Now that that's out the way, I have a new brother in law, Dan, 23 male. Dan and my sister just recently came home from their honeymoon and have started coming to the family dinners. Dan, being the great family man he is, refused to come to any of them before marriage. I'm not 100% sure why, and I never cared to know. Girl, relatable content. Okay, because I don't be caring. I can't say I ever really liked him, but he had never done anything to cause it. So, our last family dinner. We don't put all the food on the table. We have multiple tables. So instead, we fix everyone's food in the kitchen and everyone comes and grabs it when it's fixed. As such, we always fix the kids' plates first. The first time Dan saw this, he seemed kind of put off, but didn't say anything. The second time it happened, he spoke up and voiced his frustrations, saying that men slave all day in the heat, so they deserve to be served first, and that they were hungry. My dad asked him, why would a grown man need to eat before his family got fed first? This quickly spiraled into an argument after emotions ran high. At one point, I finally yelled at everyone to shut up and sit down before telling Dan that until he was the one serving the food, the kids would eat first. And if I had my way, he would be served last at every family event. The dinner ended pretty quickly after that, and now I'm starting to wonder if I should have just fixed him a plate to end the argument. Am I the asshole?
No, but you would have been if you did fix him a plate to end him the argument. I know we said we serve children first, but we mean an age, not an attitude.
Boom.
I like I said, I hate situations like this.
Mhm.
I'm really happy to hear that the dad of the family is like, no, like this, yeah, we live by traditional means, but like our kids come first. Our kids are gonna, they're the smallest ones. They're gonna eat first. But I do know people who have this mentality. And I don't understand that. Oh, we slave around in the heat all day working. Well, what do you think the women are doing too? They're in the kitchen in that heat, slaving away on all your damn meals, like, and then everything else in the house, plus the kids. I mean, it's always laughable to me when people have this idea that the labor that they do is somehow way more intense than anything that can happen in the home. With that amount
Mhm.
of kids, like anytime those situations have been reversed, it's usually pretty I mean it's usually eye-opening for both people, but it's usually really more eye-opening for the men because women understand the labor of doing things. They might be, oh yeah, this is, tiring or something like that, but like it's not something they didn't expect. Whereas the men always come home and then they deal with the kids and the house and all this stuff, and they're always like, man, oh, this is so much more than I thought it was.
Mhm.
But I digress. Like I said, there are people who obviously like having those roles, and that's their decision if they want to have that. But yeah, this whole, I get fed before the kids, like that's sounding very dictatorship than family oriented,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Now I will say, growing up, being around my grandparents a lot, my if there was something served, I think all of the dinners at my grandmother's house were always served like like you see on TV, where all the chicken
Hmm.
is in one bowl, the mashed potatoes in one bowl,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
pass
yeah,
it around, right?
yeah.
So it was tradition in my family that it started at the head of the table, which is where my grandfather sat. He
Hmm.
always got the first dibs at everything, right?
Hmm.
And then they would go to my grandmother. She made the food, and then on around the table. So I grew up with that. I never thought it was weird, but it is in today's society an antiquated thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Like let them babies eat.
Yeah.
What is wrong
But
with
it's
you? And
like
I mean,
it's
lunchtime for us, we always ate first. Like my
hmm.
grandmother always, when we were, at her house and stuff, when she was babysitting us, she always made our food first.
Hmm.
And then, once we were sat down, then she would call my grandfather into the house and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, come get your plate." She always did make him a plate, but I, these days, like, girl, don't nobody carry you out there in that heat.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Right,
Okay. If you
right.
wanted to be in an office somewhere, girl, you should have set your life up for that to be the case. But
Mhm.
you opted out of that. You decided to go out there
Yeah.
in that heat and slave
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
So come in this house, get your plate off that counter, and sit your stupid ass down.
Yeah. But it's like even in your situation, it is different when you're sitting at the table and then
Mm,
everyone's going to be served because then it does make sense to just start at the head, whoever that may be. Obviously, it's
true.
usually the oldest male or whatever or the head of the household to start that way and then go so that when you finish getting your stuff, then you're serving the kids.
Yeah.
But at the same instance, when it comes to physically fixing a plate and serving, that's when your grandma fed you guys first.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So, whereas this guy, this is their style. They don't do the sit down and everyone grabs from a plate. They like, we're going to fix it all and then hand them off. So, it makes sense to have, because who wants to fix your all's plate and then have to interrupt? And because while you guys get settled, the women can't settle down with you guys to eat. Now we have to make sure the kids get all settled and get them done. And then we get over. And by the time we get over there, you guys might be finished or you want seconds. And who's going to get you seconds? You're not going to get yourself seconds. I got to get my ass up and get me seconds. So my meal is being interrupted. It's like you're not just thinking about, you know, your kids well, you're not even thinking about your wife's well-being either. Like you're only
Yeah.
thinking about your well-being in this situation
Yeah.
where by serving you, but after the kids, it flows better for everybody versus serving you first because of some ideology you have in your head and then
Mm-hmm.
making it disruptive for everybody else. Because then
Right.
once I sit down and either you're finished or wanting seconds, the kids might be getting ready to be finished with their food. So like, when am I having
Right.
time to sit down and have my meal fully without being interrupted?
Exactly. And do you really, sir, do you really want them kids hooping and hollering and carrying on while you starting your meal?
Right.
Get them babies involved in them plates so you can sit
Mm-hmm.
down. You know what I'm saying? Why would
Right.
you want it the other way around? And the fact that you would complain when your plate is being made every day for you,
Right.
as a man who makes the plates and fixes the food in his house
Mm-hmm.
every meal,
Yeah.
I, I couldn't even, and I didn't grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? I grew
Yeah.
up where, you know, at Thanksgiving, at family parties and stuff, the women went to the kitchen, went round the table, made their man plate, delivered it to him, and then went back and got themselves and the kids something to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very true. I've been a part of it, baby.
Yeah.
I was part of the problem.
Yeah.
But after a certain period, that shit stopped. Like them women,
Yeah.
them new generation of women, like my cousin and them's spouses and girlfriends and stuff, boy,
Yeah.
they won't go for that shit. There was a
No.
girl, the buck stops with us. Okay, get your ass in there and make that food. You
Yeah.
crazy?
People, I've had people kind of try to put that role on me in a way, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I fight it every tooth and nail. And then I'll get comments like if I do happen to be nice, and I'm only ever doing it to be nice. I'm not doing
Mm-hmm.
it because it's my duty or it's because you're expecting it. But if like I'm in the kitchen and someone's like, "Hey, can you go give this to so and so?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And I go over and I give it to them, and then I hear comments from all the guys like, "Oh yeah, see, she's gonna make a good wife by doing this." It makes me want to take that plate and be like
Yeah.
you just no, like I'm not doing
Mm-mm.
this to serve you. I'm doing it as a favor for her, if anything. Like you were
Right.
not in the equation in this. Um,
I can
but yeah.
imagine being a just being a man and just sitting and like watching my like I'm an able-bodied human. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna send my wife over there to get her to make me a plate of food. Like
Right.
that's great. I mean, unless we had a family function or something, and you
Right.
know it's my first time coming around. Okay, I'm gonna be a little. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
bitch, come with me. Come with me. Like I'm not going up there by myself.
Right, but that's a different thing. Like going up
That's
there, I
different.
get that. You know, going up
Yeah.
there with somebody, I'm like, come with me. Like, I don't want to go by
Mhm.
myself. I get that,
Exactly.
but yeah,
Hmm.
I'm with you. All right,
Anyway,
on to my next story. This one
yes.
is also from Am I the Asshole. This one is very short, and this one says, "Am I the asshole for throwing a temper tantrum because my child wasn't invited to a child-free wedding?" My sister is getting remarried and she wants a very small wedding with only immediate family. Yesterday, we got her wedding invitation, and to my surprise, it said the wedding is child free and my child isn't invited. My child is 17 years old, going 18 soon. By the way, my child is the only one under 18 in our family and in the groom's family, so she is the only one being excluded. I called my sister and asked her if she is effing serious. She said, "I'm sorry, but we have decided that we want a child free wedding." I told her to just say, "You want my child free wedding and get over with it because this is exactly what you're doing." We got into an argument. She told me to stop throwing a temper tantrum and my child doesn't need to be included in everything. I told her that we won't be attending her wedding, and then she called me an asshole for not supporting her.
Okay. All right now. Ooh, you got me up against the ropes with this one, Krista. I cause if she's 17, girl, let that girl come to that wedding. Like what's the problem?
Right.
I mean, I get because there are a lot of other people who probably have kids or someone around the age they're not gonna be able to
Mm-hmm.
bring. But this is your blood niece, girl. Like, what you
Mm-hmm.
mean she can't come and see her aunt get married? Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
weird. I could see
Yes.
if she was like maybe 13, 14 and under. Yeah, girl, find you something to do.
Mm-hmm.
But 16, 17,
Mm-hmm.
she right there at the line. Like, let that little girl come to that wedding and enjoy herself. I mean, because one side of me is like, the bride and groom get to choose the rules of engagement
Yeah.
for their wedding. It's their
Yeah.
day at the end of the day. But you, as a sister, with the child that is being excluded for no good reason, you have the right to not go.
Yeah.
Because I'm standing 10 toes down for my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
You got me up.
Yeah.
If you think I'm just going to sit by and be like, oh, all right, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Da-da-da-da. I won't be there. You ain't got to worry about me no more. Like, it's finna be a good long while until we on good terms again.
Yeah. I think for me, what really solidified me as being on OP side and not the bride side on this one is the fact that the there's not like a bunch of kids not going. She's the only one.
The one.
There's not another person whose kid is also, 16, 17 or under and isn't going. It's her. So in order to exclude her, you're saying it's a child-free wedding when it was going to be a child-free wedding anyway, because I'm the only one with a child and my child is only 17.
Now, she said it's a small wedding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
With
I'm
immediate
assuming
family.
the OP knows everybody that's invited.
I'm assuming because she said immediate family.
Okay.
So on both sides. Yes, and she said that out of her family and the grooms, the only one is her daughter. So you are essentially saying everyone's invited but your child, but you're using it as excuse of because it's child free. But at the end of the day, she's 17. Like, what does her being 18 going to be different between her being 17 and how she's going to act at a wedding?
Right.
If it's one thing about her behavior, you should say that, oh, she's going to be rowdy or whatever, something like that. But if she's 17, she's well behaved. What is her attitude going to be different when she crosses over to the 18 mark in terms of being in your wedding? So that's the only reason why I'm like, no, I'm with the sister on this one, because while it is your prerogative to choose how you want to do your wedding, cool, it's also my prerogative to be like, all right, well, your rules, your parameters don't work for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go.
I 100% agree.
Shoot me the Zoom link and we'll watch it over the computer with some popcorn.
I ain't even doing that, girl. If I ain't going, I'm not going.
Right.
I'm gonna have to get secondhand tales about this wedding.
Right.
I damn sure ain't calling you. I ain't sending no card. I ain't sending no gift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since you want to exclude my child, yeah. In this exact circumstance, I'm with you 100%. The sister is dead ass wrong for excluding your baby, but it is her prerogative. You know what I'm saying?
It is her prerogative.
So, like you said, 100% girl, don't go. Fuck them.
Yeah, because her prerogative doesn't make sense either.
Because you trying to get me fired up, but I can't get too mad right now. I can't get too mad. So we're gonna end the episode before I get to cussing this lady out and calling her all types of names. Everything but a child of God. Well, thank you, Crystal, for our first minisode. This was cute.
This is cute.
We might cut the episodes in half from now on, y'all.
Oh no, we mean cut stuff in the comments.
Okay, can you imagine
I know,
how they would
right?
cut us up in the comments? Well, thank you all for joining us for another episode of the Tea and Crystals Podcast Minisode edition. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening. Make sure you also leave us a written review. If you like what you saw, make sure that you leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. If you have any questions, comments, or you would like to share your own story, you can do so at teaandcrystal@gmail.com. That's TEAANDCRYSTAL@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook by searching Tea and Crystals Podcast. Follow us on TikTok at Tea and Crystals Podcast and on Instagram at Tea and Crystals Pod. Now, Crystal, is there anything else you want to say to the people before we get the hell up out of here?
Let us know how you guys felt about these little mini episodes. Did you like it? Was it too short? Give us your feedback. How'd you feel about it? Leave it in the comments, and we will see you next week for our full episode, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. Okay.
Yes, our full episode.
Yay. Bye.
Bye, y'all.